at Carter Finley Stadium in Raleigh, North Carolina. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. It's the Tennessee Volunteers and the NC State Wolfpack. Alongside David Pollock and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
So much good football in the Triangle, but one of the best stadiums in that area is Carter Finley Stadium. NC State gets it rocking. The red and black, 50,000 plus. This is one of the most fun places to watch a game in North Carolina. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. And the Vols will put boot to leather, and this will be the start of a new season. Looking for daylight from inside his 20. Thought he might have had a little room for a second, but he'll be stopped at the 28. A pretty good job by the coverage unit. Bunch formation for these receivers. Running inside, it's Rodgers. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. Guys, let's talk a little bit about NC State. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out, and that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse, and do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the back last year. Yeah, you didn't win it all, but you made it to the playoff. Nice job. They're hungrier than they were a season ago. Let's see if that shows itself here today.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. NC State quick to the line.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do it.
Snags it, and there's running room. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Taylor wants to throw it. Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. They've got him corralled. Ball at the 31, third and short coming, defense trying to rise up. They just keep firing. Oh, pressure's coming. He breaks a tackle. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
You have got to have pass rushing lane integrity when you face this quarterback. On third down, someone gets out of his gap right up the middle. It's easy for the quarterback to see. He just tucks it and takes off and picks up the first down.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10. Here's why this was so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Finds his big tight end. Picks up enough to give them first and 10 from the 11. NC State needs to take advantage of this red zone trip. Using his feet. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Taylor wants to throw. Under pressure. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
And all defenses talk about it. Sacks, tackles for a loss, affecting the quarterback the best way you can. The first drive of the game, already getting home. Nice start for this defense.
Twelfth play of the opening drive coming up, but now this marathon faces a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. A tough start to the opening drive as the defense comes up with a big play.
I love the defense's approach on this drive. They didn't panic. They gave up some yards, but what did they do? They forced a 3rd down, a predictable situation, played great discipline, broke on the football, and forced a big interception.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Keeps it moving. It's Martin. Shakes off the defender. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Tennessee. They've done a really good job in high school recruiting just last week, a commitment from a big-time 4-star defensive back. David, what does a commitment like that do for the program?
I mean, so exciting. Like, once you start creating momentum in recruiting, it's really fun to watch it. And getting a guy like that in the back end, in the secondary, that's so important to your defense, man, does it get you excited. And other guys now say, hey, I might want to go play with that cat.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Powers inside. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
You can really feel the momentum changing in this game now, can't you? The defense comes away with a massive takeaway deep in their own end. And here is the offense on the 3rd play of this drive, getting the first down and doing it running the football. Everything seems to be shifting in this team's favor.
Tells the run, wants to pass. Trying to escape and get it himself. He'll take it up to the 45-yard line. They stop him and knock him out of bounds.
Well, they go with the bootleg, and it works that time. You saw how the defensive end came crashing down the line of scrimmage. He was sold on the fact that the running back was going to have the ball. So nice job with the ball fake by the Q. And then he's able to use that speed to get outside. Nice positive play.
Going to the running game. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Just a short pass to the tight end. First catch of the season as this freshman tight end wastes no time getting involved. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. From the gun, it's Martin. And he's brought down after a short gain.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Knight. They're working that left side. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Still looking for our first score of the game as we start the second quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Well, this defense knew coming into this game, playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, they were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed, but that is huge for their confidence. They get their first sack of the game here in the first half, and you can all of a sudden see the body language on this defense. It is changed.
He makes the catch at the 10. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. NC State heads out, gearing up to go on the attack. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive.
Oh, out of space. Inside the 40. The 20. He is in. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
And these offenses, man, they've been struggling, and you've been waiting. Who's going to make the big play? They finally break through. They make the big explosive play, and maybe this is what they needed to get this offense rolling.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown, just like that. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. Intercepted, and he's got a convoy with it. Touchdown, Wolfpack. The defense gets it done with that huge interception return. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
And the point after is good. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. So here is the Tennessee offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Looking to throw, it's Knight. Rush is on. He's got the back in the middle. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
I know that was third down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop, I think he could have converted that with a throw vertically down the field. Instead, he got lazy, checked it down to his running back, and now they're setting up fourth down.
Not a lot of room to field this one. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Wolfpack offense comes out ready to start this drive. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. Straight ahead, it's Rodgers. Jukes his way for more. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. He's now over the century mark with 102 yards rushing, and with that run, he's now over 100 yards on this opening day. To the ground, he's got it again. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
We've seen this guy have tons of success. He had over 100 yards right before that run, but defense gets the better of him there. Nice job of adjusting up front, and good job being physical by that D-line, too.
Looking left. The short hands. It's Mitchell. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
And, man, you see it so many times, man. These crossing routes, like, it doesn't matter if it's zone or if it's man. Like, zone, you find the hole. Man, you run away from guys. And if you put the ball on the money, just like the QB did right there, that's what happens. The yards after the catch, man. You can keep going. Guys are so spread out, and you can make big plays on this offense.
Look out! He's sacked. This defense all over him.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front, and they won one right there, getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play, and they're going to need these guys to start winning more of those because they are finding themselves in a hole here early in the game.
Hits inside. It's Rodgers. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
I think a big key in this team's success today has been their ability to run the football. They've been able to just hand it off and go churn out yards. They've had this defense on their heels all game long. It's given them a big cushion in this game so far. Let's see if they can keep it up.
He'll do it himself. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. Let's talk for a second about NC State. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus, the number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Taylor wants to throw it. Finds a man in the middle. Makes a grab at the 6-yard line. It's first and goal.
There was no question on that third down where the quarterback was going. It was going to be a big play. He had the matchup he wanted. Fantastic route. Great separation. Looks the football in. It's a big explosive play for the offense now, setting him up in the red zone. They're looking to add to their lead.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Keeps it on the option. Busts through behind his pad. Runs it into the house. Touchdown, Wolfpack!
This really has been a tale of two quarters for this offense. They were shut out in the first quarter, and they've been lighting the scoreboard up in the second. Give this offensive coordinator some credit. He found a rhythm. He was able to get this offense churning big plays out one after another. And right now, they are playing with tons of confidence.
No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. First play of this drive. Right side, it's Smith. It'll be a gain of 6. Sets up 2nd and 4. The Volunteers in the hurry-up. The run inside. It's Johnson. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Volunteers have it with a 1st and 10.
Nice job being physical by this offensive line, getting the first down, and what do? Right away, right back on the football, ready to run some tempo.
They've got him spread out on 2nd and 7, 2 wide out to either side. Open on the right side, that's Smith. Gets it to the 46-yard line, 1st down for this offense.
That might be the play that turns the momentum in this game, right? They're getting blown out right now on the scoreboard. It's late in the half. They've got to come away with a touchdown, but that might be the guy you need to keep going back to in the passing game to get yourself back in this game.
Follows his block. It's Martin. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Drives inside. And they'll get nothing going on this one either, at least back to the line of scrimmage, but it is 4th down. And now the Wolfpack will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Out wide right, it's Smith. And he's brought down, but he picks up the 1st down, and the gamble pays off. The Vols go back to work after moving the chains through the air.
Well, I think the experience on offense was a...
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The Volunteers will call their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. That last play, the kind of thing that can mess up a really good drive. It's 2nd and 17. Moves the pocket. It's Knight. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Timeout is called. It's the 2nd charge to Tennessee. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. Rush right in his face. Got his man out of the backfield. Timeout called by NC State. That's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. And the Vols will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. Not a lot of room to make this catch. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? A snap, wants to throw to start this drive. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. The screen, he can go. Still running at the 40. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. 1 more snap coming before halftime. Fresh setter downs going to the air. He'll try to do it himself. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We begin with a look at Penn State taking on the Ball State Cardinals. And it's the Nittany Lions looking to win their home opener. They haven't had a ton of success with that in recent years, but they've got the lead right now in the first half. And as we check in on these notable matchups this week, we're reminded of just how meaningful every week in college football truly is.
He'll start the third quarter with the run. Got room at the 35. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
And finally, we see a nice gain. That's his best run of the game. And this offense works best when he is going. And then you can throw the passing game and the play action, and there's more balance. So maybe that's a sight of things to come. Maybe they can get this thing going and get back in this football game.
Here comes the heat. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
This defense so far, they've understood the mission. The mission is to get this fast, speedy quarterback on the ground. And they've got to him early, they've got to him often, and most importantly, they continue to get him on the ground and create these negative plays for this offense that creates a big hole for them.
Back to throw, it's Knight. Unloads to the wideout. He can't make the catch and over the middle of the field. Sometimes you hear those footsteps. It's third down.
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You've got to have better timing to complete that throw. He just didn't have it there.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He's not going to get there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down decision.
And that's really good tackling by this defense, man. Third down, understanding the sticks. And what you got to do is break on the football. That drag route comes open. He sees him. He throws it. Man, it does not stay open long because they break on the football with great tackling and force the fourth down.
The Volunteers will try to pin them back with the punt.
Well, a lot of things going wrong for this team right now, certainly on offense, and now you're seeing it in the special teams as well. This punt return is one he's got to be able to field and at least hold on to the football. I understand he's trying to go score a touchdown, but you can't lose sight of your fundamentals, and that turnover is really a microcosm of all the problems that they've been having today.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. On the run, it's Martin. Nice move to keep running. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short.
And now a big third down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all of that, this is 4-down territory too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense and how can you give them a chance to score this touchdown.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures.
And they just keep inching closer to the goal line. They go for it on fourth down, you get it, you're now finding yourself even closer. This is a place where you'd love to be able to just line up, run the football, get north, and score a touchdown.
They'll dial up the run on first and goal. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Volunteers!
And finally, guys, we've been talking about this offense. When are they going to get it going? When are they going to have that spark? They make the play. They finally get on the board. Now, can they keep the momentum going? Can they play complementary football? Can the defense get a few stops and the offense keep this up?
The Volunteers will call their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. And it's caught from inside the 20, and here he comes. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. And after that last score, this is just a 2-possession game now, and they'll be looking to find some cushion on this drive. He now has 115 yards rushing now here in Week 1, a solid start to this new campaign. NC State will pick up the first down.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Rodgers. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Pulls it on the option. Trucks through the defender. And he's able to bounce off 1 tackle for a solid pickup.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
They want to run this quarterback. How about that pursuit? They stop him right at the line of scrimmage, bringing up 4th down. Offense trying to catch them napping. Looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the 4th down decision pays off big time. Just had to pick up a few inches on the play, and they do it on 4th down.
I mean, literally, fall forward. That's all you have to do is just give me a little bit of space where I can fall forward or you can push him forward. I like it going forward on 4th down most of the time anyways, but definitely on 4th and inches.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Motion from the wide receiver. Taylor wants to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. Finds the tight end down the gut. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
NC State with a fresh set of downs thanks to that running game. They'll give it to him again. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again. Get it to the running back. Try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill.
Touchdown, North Carolina State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, they've been calling calling his number, running the ball a lot on this drive, Dave. That's an outstanding run right there. But whether it's designed or whether it's off strip scrambling around, this defense can't find a way to corral this guy. And if I was on offense, I'd keep letting him do this.
Yeah, and the annoying thing is, man, the quarterback gets the ball every single play. They snap it to him. He can throw it. He can scramble. He can run. So really just opens up the whole field is at his mercy. And this defense right now, not finding a lot of answers. They've got to do something to stop this quarterback.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt. Third quarter opening week of the season, and they're facing 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Martin. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. There are few things that can impact a game more than the ability to hit the other team's quarterback, and that was a big play there.
And I love the team defense on this play. One, excellent job getting to the QB and forcing the errant pass. And how about the secondary on the back end, able to rally that football and pick it off?
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Pulls it. There he goes. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. We've reached the break. It's NC State on top. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Tight end trying to get in. And he's going to score. Touchdown, NC State!
Well, they were able to come out here week one and really feed off the energy of this home crowd. They've been making plays all over the field. You could not ask for a better start to the season.
And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. Now the Wolfpack will use the first of their timeouts. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Tennessee starts this drive as the offense takes the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Gets rid of it.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
I would not want to be the offensive coordinator right now. This offense has a hard time completing the forward pass and making plays. And now you're down, and they know to rush the passer. They know the pass is coming. I'm not sure what the answer is because this offense is just struggling in the passing game.
Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into it.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Needs it here on 4th down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
NC State heads out, gearing up to go on the attack. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able. And that ball's on the ground behind the line. Oh, and he's able to get the ball back, but he does lose yardage on the play. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Hands it off. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So the Vols offense takes the field to start this drive. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while.
Yeah, this offense has to find a way to run the football. And they got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
On a ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a soft spot in the middle. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Got to make the play on 4th. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this team.
The Wolfpack offense comes out ready to start this drive. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6.